Hey guys, just a quick wrap up of today, Monday, the Fête des Moutons. Had a lovely day. I'll be showing you some clips in a minute of the day and what happened. Nice walk on the beach. I went down to the souk and I have some comments to make on that. And then I had this wonderful lunch with everybody who was staying here in the hostel, and provided free of charge by the hostel, by the owner of the hostel. All his family were there. We sort of celebrated with them. It was sort of wonderful. And I spent the afternoon reading, just chilling. It was sort of nice, to be honest with you, not to get on the bike, just to have a day of doing nothing. And hope to get a good night's sleep tomorrow, and then head off up the coast tomorrow. I'm just going to do a quick recap, just show you on the map where I went yesterday to get to here, and where I'm planning to go tomorrow. So let's have a quick look at the map and then I'll finish up. Let's have a look at the route I did yesterday and what I'm planning to do tomorrow. So you'll recall that I stayed outside of Ourense yesterday on this road here. And then yesterday I went up this wonderful road, which I thought would be like the two gorges that I did, or sort of the second gorge, but in fact was quite different. The road was a beautiful road, brand new, and a pleasure to ride, but weaving backwards and forwards over the mountains. One of the nicest rides I've had probably ever, actually. And then I got up to Marrakesh. I stopped off, you'll recall, for my pain au chocolat and croissant, which were delicious. And then I rode right across here to Ethiopia. So I did about 250, 300 miles actually in total yesterday. And I checked into this hotel hostel kind of place. And the reason I checked in here was it's the only place I could safely park my bike outside the door. Everywhere else the bike would be parked at a distance. I'm just not willing to do that and run the risk. So I stayed here today, and again I'll show you the clips in a few minutes of everything I did today. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to head off and I'm going to ride up the coast. And the idea is to go up here past Safi and follow the coast road. I may take some motorway on occasion, depending how interesting or otherwise the coast run is, and go up here to El Tahida, or maybe as far as Casablanca or even Rabat, depending how I'm doing. You look up here on the map, you'll see, in fact, I'm just showing you laid out in the bed, there's Tangier. So I'm really only about a 2 days ride from Tangier. That's actually sort of important, because my boat from Bilbao in Spain back to Ireland is on the 27th. So I really want to give myself 5 days to ride up. So if today is the 17th of June and I leave on the 18th, so I'd ride the 18th, ride the 19th, and then theoretically 20th I could be in Spain. And that would give me the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Give me 6 days to ride up to Bilbao. And that's pretty much what I want. I want to go up, as I said before, I think in the very early, one of the early videos, I want to ride up the mountains from southern Portugal, up through Portugal, up to the mountains in the middle of Portugal. I've never been, I've been to northern Portugal and down and so on, but I've never been up through those mountain ranges. I really want to do that. I think it'd be really nice. And I want to give myself time to enjoy it. So I'm anticipating spending another 2 or 3 days in Morocco, and that's really it. And then heading back to Spain, along the bottom of Spain and up through Portugal, and back up across to Bilbao. And maybe even sneak through the Picos on the way to Bilbao. I've done those a couple of times. It'd be lovely to ride through them again. I'll talk to you again in a couple of days. So all good here, sun is shining. As you can see, I'm getting a bit of colour and enjoying my rest. Talk soon, guys. Hey guys, here I am walking up towards the old town, the Medina. Just looking across there at the port, and there's the sweep of the beach that I've just walked up. Really quite beautiful, very lovely. I have decided to spend a day of rest here in Ethiopia. I checked into the hostel, and it is a hostel, It's a hotel hostel. So I have a private room, and there's 3 beds, 2 bunk beds and 1 single bed in it, and a shower. And to be honest with you, it's about 0 stars. But and I had food there last night. The food was really, really good. And there's lots of young people there. I was chatting to this young guy from a Swedish guy from the States. And we had a great old gab about business and whatever. He started his career, reminded of me 40 years ago. So I had a great chat with him. And went out up the road and got a bottle of wine in a little restaurant up the road and brought it back and drank half of that with my pizza. And I had a great night's sleep. In fact, it may be a 0-star place, but it's the first comfortable bed I've had, and maybe the smallest bed I've had. But boy, I sunk into that last night. It wasn't just the wine, it was I had a really good night's sleep. So that was sort of wonderful. And I got up late, didn't get up until 9 o'clock. I woke up obviously at the usual time, 5:36, but I just didn't get up. And I rolled over a couple of times, and that was sort of lovely knowing that I'm not riding today. It's sort of nice. So I'm heading up to Medina now. I want to buy a cap. I lost my cap. I misplaced it. Who knows what I did. I've been losing bits and pieces right through the journey. Little things I realised were gone. And you say the last time I remember that I left it on a rock somewhere. But so I'm going to go up to get a cap. I might get a haircut. You can see here my hair has grown quite long, and I want to have a look around the town to see what it's like. One observation, it's sort of interesting, these places, these countries that are growing, if you wish, that's probably the simplest way to put it, growing and developing. And you have the facade, the veneer, if you wish, of a European city, or the veneer of a first world country. And the simplest way I can describe it is to show you something. And here's a simple example. I mean, you see the way the marble here, it's just marble, the way the marble has come off the concrete. Now I remember when I was living in Sudan, I observed something. They got a big loan. I'm not sure exactly where it came from. I think it was probably an IMF loan, maybe a World Bank, I don't know. But I know it was very strongly supported by the US, and they built a dam. And shortly after they built this dam, we're talking about like real money here, shortly after they built the dam, maybe a year afterwards, and the dam broke down. And it broke down because it wasn't maintained. And one of the issues that I think about when I look here is I see the road infrastructure, I see all the investment, I see all the stuff that's happening, I see all the veneer. And I wonder if the tax base is here in the country to actually support the repairs and maintenance of this, the upkeep of this, the ongoing development. It's very easy to borrow a lump of money. It's very easy to get money and put a piece of marble on the concrete. But then you have to have the infrastructure in place and the tax base to support that, to actually maintain and repair and clean and so on. And I just wonder about whether the economy is sufficiently strong. I don't know, Anthony. These are not me passing comments on the place. It's just observations and me musing and wondering about it, because I hope they have. And the other thing on the veneer is, of course, it's just a veneer. And the simple way to describe it is you walk along this lovely promenade, and it is beautiful. It must have cost an arm and 2 legs to put this in place. And along the front of all these hotels, they all look nice, and they are sort of nice, so they are. But then you go 500 meters, not even 500 meters, 200 meters down the road behind them, and you're back in the third world. And you realize that there are really two, as I said many times, there are really 2 Moroccos here, and they got a long way to go. I mean, another 25 years. I always remember somebody telling me it takes twice as much and twice as long. And I think that's a fair summation of what they need to be prepared for here. This is going to be a long road. Tourism is hugely important to them. I'm here in the quiet month. June is a really quiet month, apparently. So March, April, May, and September, October, November. October, November are the high season. In July and August, they get returning immigrants. So people who are working in France, and a lot of Moroccans are working in France, they come home during summer for the summer holidays, and the place can get quite busy with those apparently. And June, it seems to be a lull month. So I picked the perfect month actually to be here in terms of how quiet it is. And the fact that I've been able to just book places on the day, arrive at a hotel and say I want a room, when they have a room. Apparently I've just been lucky because I'm here the right month. But tourism is very, very important. Clearly, agriculture is important here, and I'm not sure really what else is going on here economically to drive it. I'm going to do a bit of research when I get home. I'm going to maybe study Morocco a little bit to try and understand it better. It's a wonderful country, wonderful people, beautiful, and it deserves to prosper and deserves to grow, and I hope that it will prosper and grow. And but I want to understand it a bit better. So maybe at some stage in the future I'll do a video on Padraig's take on Morocco after I've done a bit of research. Okay, off to Medina and get my hair cut. Of course, I picked the perfect day to come up to the souk. It's a holiday, everything's closed, so no haircut I think. Another thing, this is just for my girls. This place is full of cats, and they come in all shapes, sizes and postures. Look at that guy, taking the sun. Oh yeah. And people leave out water for them everywhere. Sort of lovely. Look at that colour of that guy. Here's a few more for you. Look at them. Everybody's sunning themselves. I'll tell you something. It's a cat's life. So I'm walking through the souk here, and of course, as I said, it's not closed up, all the shops are closed up. But you've got the guys here, they've lit these fires all along the road, and they are cooking. It looks more like to me they're burning the living daylights out of the what you call them, the sheep that they have slaughtered. And actually interesting, as you walk along the place, what you see as you walk along everywhere is drips of blood everywhere. And so you can see all the timber, see all this. I'm doing it this way, I'm recording this way because they don't want to be recorded, and I just want to show you what it's sort of like. It's sort of interesting, you know. It's all very rough and ready. All very rough and ready. See how narrow the streets are? Incredibly narrow, all very, very tight. I see the dentist up there, and here's another one here. All very tight, very narrow to keep the sun out. Keeps everywhere in the shade. It's sort of interesting. It's the place sort of falling down, and it's dirty. It's like something from the Middle Ages. I'm just going to walk you through it a bit, give you a sense of it. Of course, if all these little shops were open and this was full of people, you wouldn't notice all of this. You wouldn't see the dirt and the fact that the place is falling down. But when there's nobody around, same is true everywhere, of course. You know, you walk down Main Street in Galway or in Dublin the morning after the night before, and have a look, see what it's like. It was pretty grotty as well. But there's this is not developed, is what I'm saying. This is not first world stuff. This is pretty grim stuff actually, and yeah, pretty grim. Of course, as I said, you can imagine what this place is like when the tourists are here and all these shops are open and the souk is teeming with people. It must be pretty amazing, albeit pretty grotty.
Is that one piece?
That's, I guess, I think we'll stack up.
So here we are. The Fête des Moutons. Making our own kebabs.
Try this one for a bit.
Yeah, Ben,
Like you're gonna get a bit more
I'm gonna be
satisfaction.
like, you're getting there. You're getting
good luck we change those white shirts. But I think we are English.
انا اللي مسكين ماشي تحاولي انا شنو بقى فيك حاولي راه مشى الحمد لله شارج شنا الحولي
These some good meat studs, guys. Nice work.
I feel like I can't take the.